Salt Lake City, where the mighty Utah student section is ready to turn this place into a cauldron of noise. Boise Stadium, home to the Utah Utes. Today, two teams collide from the Pac-12, and conference implications are aplenty. As we'll see, the USC Trojans taking on the Utah Utes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Utes have been waiting and finally the moment is coming and the opening of the season. Welcome, everyone, to Boise Stadium and one of the most intimidating environments in all of college football, mostly because the Utah Utes are always a handful. What we have in store for you today, a showdown between a couple of Pac-12 rivals. As we'll see, the USC Trojans taking on the Utah Utes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Utes ready to get this thing started and open the season. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Trojans offense has the ball first today. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys.
There he goes! Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. And the Trojans racing to the line in the hurry-up. And the legendary John McKay would be proud of the execution of the running game and picking up the first down.
Yeah, the basic principles of the run game, right? The easy stuff, the boring stuff, not fancy, not loved. Everybody likes points and all that other, stuff that goes with it. But you got to get the good running game. USC doing a good job early.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. The mighty Utah student section alive and bringing the noise on third down. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. to Salt Lake City, where the mighty Utah student section is ready to turn this place into a cauldron of noise. Rice-Eccles Stadium, home to the Utah Utes. Today, a pair of Pac-12 teams getting set to square off in a game that could have season-long implications. As we'll see, the USC Trojans taking on the Utah Utes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Utes will get this season underway as toe meets leather. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So USC's offense will go on the attack first. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on. They punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be third down. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Looking downfield, it's Mayava. Catch in the middle, it's Straka. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them, because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Finds his tight end. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. The Trojans want to pick up the tempo. All right, guys, let's think big picture USC. The only important expectations are the ones inside the program, but when you start the season on the outside of the rankings looking in, it can give you a little bit of an edge, can't it?
Yeah, they want to prove to everybody they should have been ranked coming into this year. These players are angry. They feel like they're being disrespected, and they want to make a point to the entire college football world with a big win today.
Yeah, and you hear it all off season, and you see it every year. The teams come out of nowhere, and they feel like they've got a lot of potential, a lot of high-ranked players on the squad, and they're going to put it together, and that they'll get themselves into those rankings.
And what moves this guy has. The jukes, the wiggles, the squirts just went right past him and picked up the first down.
Really nice run there, picking up the first down. Now they're right back up to the line of scrimmage, ready to go again.
Finds a spot in the middle. And here comes the offense on second down. The inside handoff. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Trojans kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They make the stop after a pickup of 3 just inside the red zone at the 19. On third and short, the power run here. They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And you're feeling really good about that, right? Brand new season, first drive of the year, the juices are flowing, you march the ball down the field. You don't get a touchdown, but at least you come away with 3 points. Very positive start to the year.
And he takes this from inside the 5. So the Utah Utes offense will have its first possession of the game. We've seen freshmen step into the running back position with big expectations many times. David, Herschel, Walker, Adrian Peterson, among others, and they hope that they found a guy like that here.
Well, and he's highly touted. He's got the skill set, obviously, highly recruited. Everybody talked about it. But this is a different animal, Palmer. Like, when you come into this atmosphere and you got a bunch of full-grown men coming at you, I'm very curious to see how he responds. I know he has the physical ability, but is he ready for this?
He looks really good coming off the bus, I'll say that. He is definitely built different, but he's going to have to run different than he did at high school. David, you know this. You can't bounce every run to the outside and get away with it like you did at high school. I'm really curious to see the discipline he's going to have in this game running the football now that he's playing against much tougher competition.
Oh, they're after him. Finds his man. It's Brady. They'll pick up the first down as he gets it out to the 27-yard line. And the Utes come to the line with a new set of downs. To the ground with the back. Nice move there. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. The Utes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Running back searching for a hole. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the direct snap, it's Brady. Hard running there. The Wildcat created an alley, picked up a few, still some work to do for the first down. And the Utes can really attack on this second and short. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Makes a man miss. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Muscling ahead on third and short. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. They'll unleash the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. Direct snap. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on fourth down. Motion from the wideout. Off play action on first down. Caught behind the line. It's Jordan. Oh, he's got some space. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. Let's talk for just a second here about USC. Their offseason, just what they were looking for. Top 10 recruiting class. Now they've got to figure out how to best use that talent, Jesse.
Well, not just difference makers in this top 10 class, but they've got some guys that they think can be key contributors both on offense and defense. And in this first game, you know they've got to be excited.
Yeah, and they're probably nervous too, right? Like, first big-time stage, big-time moment. A lot of young talent. Let's see how they start their career off.
Looking to pass. It's Mayava. Works the middle of the field.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver. And the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. Shotgun snap on third down. Fakes to grab. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. He's got the tight end. He gets just inside the red zone and goes out of bounds at the 19. The Trojans pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. From the gun, running back on the move. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. This is why Rice-Eccles, one of the toughest places to play in all the country. Try to get your third down conversion in the midst of this. Snags it over the middle. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with a lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Wisconsin delivered the knockout blow, and I think the defense was the story here. J.J. Watt may be the standard, but it looks like there's another stud edge rusher there in Madison. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Looking to throw, it's Coleman. Fires left. Makes a connection. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Got to get everyone set. They spike it to stop the clock. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. Pressure coming. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. The Utes will send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. You couldn't dial it up much better than that as he knocks it out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. He finds enough room to get it over the 10-yard line, and he's down at the 13. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, you've been calling a lively one so far from Salt Lake City. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas at Rice-Eccles Stadium.
And the Trojans will kick it away to start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments. They've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think even if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that 3rd down. Punt is on its way. He will signal for the fair catch and take it just inside the 35. So, guys, we'll see this offense again. Give to the running back.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, You give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Dropping back, it's Mayava. Escapes the sack. Short throw to the sideline, picks up just a little. The Trojans are in the hurry-up. On third down, he drops the throw. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And I think this team knew going into halftime trailing, their defense was going to have to step up here in the second half. And on the very first play of the third quarter, they get a sack. That is good news for this defense.
And the Trojans line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Give to the back. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back to pass. Rush is on him. They get to him as he throws. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground. Jukes his way for more. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. And the Utes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wide receiver. A designed run for the quarterback. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Trying play action. Throws toward the end zone. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
On third and long, you know what's coming. That's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the fourth down.
The Utes decide to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. Let's see if this offense can get out of a hole as they start this drive at their own 8. From the gun, they'll try the middle. They're showing that toughness, using the ground game to create breathing room. They've got it out to the 15. That's the end of the period, and USC has the lead. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the third. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. So the final period starts with a second down play. Wants to throw. It's Mayava. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Man, you go from perfect position of strength. I get to salt this clock away. I get to run this out. I'm going to win to, man, now I got to put my defense back on the field, and anything can happen, right, in football, and you can catch breaks, and so now you got to go out and earn it. You had this thing under wraps.
The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. All right, guys, let's take a beat here and think about Utah. Unless there is a dramatic turn of events, this is not going to be a way to cool off that hot seat.
And they're going to have to be able to handle adversity and handle the outside noise moving forward, because losing this game in week 1, all the detractors, all the naysayers, that noise is going to get louder. That hot seat is getting even hotter, And I think all eyes are going to be on this program now, David, seeing how they turn the page and move on from this.
And I
Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. And the pass interference penalty is costly, wiping out the turnover. Trying to punch it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Utah! When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. That last drive and the turnover, not what you're looking for when you have the lead, Jesse.
Yeah, and really, I think for them, it's just staying out of their own way. They're making plays. They've got the playmakers to go and win this game, so it's just a matter of executing better, don't they?
executing better, understanding I still got the lead, put a drive together here and build on that lead.
The mighty Utah student section alive and bringing the noise on third down. He's going to throw deep right side. What a catch and what a throw along the sideline. Just zings it in there. A little Baryshnikov for the toe tap. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Back to throw, it's Mayava. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move. The Trojans come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Quick pass on the jet motion. He'll be stopped short, picks up 1, but they're facing 4th and 1. The punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And that punt will make its way into the end zone, and they'll put it in play from their own 20. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. They put it in the end zone the last time they had it, and now and he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
And the Utes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Off play action. Just a short pass to the tight end. He'll go out of bounds at the 22, methodically moving it away from their own end zone. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Escapes trouble. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush, Reese. Just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front. They're able to get to the quarterback.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on 4th down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Shoots it to the left. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. This offense has it with really good field position. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, USC!
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, that pivotal top 15 battle is in the books. Here's how things went down. Miami is going to get out of Dodge with a win. It's a shave that might have been a little closer than Canes fans wanted, but a road victory feels great no matter what the final score is. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the new top 25 poll next week as this one, gentlemen.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. Second down coming. Back to pass. It's Coleman. Takes a hit as he fires. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
And this offense, unfortunately, finishing like they've played all game long, struggling to put points on the board. Another turnover here late in the football game, and I think people are starting to go ahead and exit the aisles and take on off out of here.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. And now when you have a solid lead like this, Jesse, you find out, can you deliver the knockout punch?
And we're expecting them to come out here and just run the football, bleed the clock, let the big uglies up front get some push, and ball security, David. That's a premium.
Yes, take care of the football. Don't make any dumb mistakes. Be physical. And listen, if they want to load the box, don't be afraid to take a shot.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And the deflection by the defense brings up fourth down. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative, use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Looking to throw, it's Coleman. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down. They're dealing with a second and long. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. A little screen to the running back. Plows through the defense. And he goes out of bounds, but finally this passing game gets something going here as they try to rally.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
This offensive coordinator is going to have to be creative. Time is winding down, and the offense has to move quickly. Takes the handoff. It's Bray. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with second and short. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. He spikes it. Clock stops as they try to rally late. The Utes come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. And some room to work. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Fires to the tight end. running like he wants that football as he gets to the 37. Every second is meaningful, and they save a few of them with the spike. And the Utes line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Makes one man miss. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. To the air, it's Coleman. And that one's too high and too wide, out of bounds and incomplete. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Pocket breaking down. We waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other over and over all through camp. Now you get to come out, start the season off 1-0, Jesse. Great start.
It was a great start for the winning team. Now, for the losing team, obviously not the way you want to get into this season. There were some mistakes with execution, and guys are going to have to do a better job individually. But that's why you play the games. You get to now go back to the drawing board, get back on the practice field, try and iron out these wrinkles. It's a long season ahead. A lot to play for.
That's going to The Los Angeles Coliseum, once home to the Olympic Games and many of the most memorable moments in sports, and also home to the USC Trojans, who are prepared to fight on once again today. Today, two teams collide from the Pac-12, and conference implications are aplenty. As we'll see, the Boise State Broncos taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the USC Trojans. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Broncos will boot it away to start the game. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. So USC's offense will have the ball first. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead, and it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. And the defense got it. And maybe this guy was hoping somebody would bail him out, like a tuck rule or something.
Not going to be so lucky this time around. Give the defense credit. This pass rush is serious. It's real. And this quarterback is now going to have to play with a clock in his head that's going off just a little bit quicker. He's got to do a better job understanding when to get rid of it.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Off the play fake on first down. Zings it complete to the right. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. Handoff from the gun, fighting off the defender. And they'll get him down, but boy, did he put some dudes in the spin cycle. My goodness. Might as well give it to him again. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he fought for everything he could. Probably lucky it wasn't worse with all of the company he had in the backfield. To the air, it's Flores. He'll take a shot. Throw to the end zone, picked off. Never a good time for a turnover, but it always seems a little worse when you're about to knock on the door of the end zone.
No doubt about it. And it's this area of the field, Reese, where your execution really has to be great. Because down in the red zone, the windows to throw into it for a quarterback, they're smaller and they close a lot quicker. So you really have to be on the same page as your wide receiver. And that time, the offense and the QB simply were not.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They put it on the ground last time they had it. Got to take care of it this time, David.
And I think you got to put in context. A lot of times fumbles are just luck. You just got to move on, give him the football again, Jesse, and not worry about it.
I think that's a good point there, David. Get him the ball again to help him play the next play and know that he's okay.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down. And the Trojans are at the line looking to convert on third and short. In the gun, looking to throw on third down. Fires the pass, intercepted. Got room on the return. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And I tell you what, when defenses play zone, all eyes are on the quarterback. You have a zone to drop to, but you're setting on the quarterback, reading his eyes. Great job by the defense, understanding the ball was coming out, breaks on the football, goes and makes the INT.
Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
And you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board, but you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute the offense.
Looking for a man. It's Flores. And they'll miss the connection here on third down. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. He boomed it through a 50-yard field goal, showing off that powerful leg.
And that's a really good response by this defense. Their offense throws an interception, puts them in bad field position. They respond with a stop, force a field goal. Yeah, they got 3 points, but great job by this defense.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. That's caught. It's Jordan. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The Trojans in the hurry-up.
I'll tell you, on defense, these linebackers are trained not just to stop the run, but to go out and cover in space and make tackles in the open field. That linebacker shows you all of his skill set there.
Makes the catch. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. Finds space on the right. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
That's caught. It's Strachan. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. Going to take a shot on second and short. Grab near the sticks. It's Jordan. He's out of bounds after the good pickup, and what a way to end the first period. That's the end of the quarter, and Boise State has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Back to pass, it's Mayava. Got his man. Terrific job getting to him. There was nowhere to go. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. Wants to go up top. And that's going to incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. The Los Angeles Coliseum, a place traveler calls home and the crowd loves to fight on when supporting the USC Trojans. What we have in store for you today, a showdown between a couple of Pac-12 rivals. As we'll see, the Boise State Broncos taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Broncos will kick it away first. Fielded in the end zone, it's Williams. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. So the USC Trojans offense will have the first possession of the game. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays and big...
Breaks into the open. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. And the Trojans moving quickly to the line.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. They'll move the wide receiver. The short hands, it's Jordan. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The Trojans really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Off the play fake. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. They boot it away. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. So Boise State's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. From the gun, running back gets to give. Pretty good job of running to get two there to the 32. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Here comes the heat. Makes the grab. Stop is made at the 35-yard line. It'll be a fourth down. And the Broncos will try to pin them back with the punt. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. This drive will open from the 15. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Got the first down, looking for more. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
Man, I really love the way this guy looks when he's toting the rock. You think about all the high school kids out there who dream about one day donning a USC jersey and being the starting running back for the Trojans. There's so much competition, not just in the state of California, but nationally, to come to this school.
Turning it on! He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down, make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
He has an extensive juke library, and he exhausted it and still didn't pick up much. Grab behind the line. It's Jordan. Running on the jet. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Trojans! I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with a touchdown.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Texas is currently ahead early in this one in DKR, but they just haven't been able to separate themselves offensively. They are up by 7 over Ohio State. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Dragged down after a pickup of 5 out to the 35. The Broncos in a good spot here with 2nd and short. As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. And the Broncos with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Got it behind the line. It's Wade. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Would they go for a big play on 1st and 10? Use the play fake. Now to throw. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And he was held in check in game 1, but you're not going to hold him in check for long. And right out the gates, getting a sack in the second ball game, that will not be his last sack of the season. This dude is a ball player.
The Broncos now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Looking for a man. It's Flores. They're setting up the screen.
Yeah, and you're going to see this offense find different ways to get this running back involved. It's not just going to be on handoffs, and they're certainly going to line them up in different places and even throw them the football. But the screen game's a big part of it, too. They're trying to get them going there.
That's caught. It's Wade. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. One man in the backfield, and he gets it.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Here's a heat. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
Well, he's off to an awesome start this season. Had a sack in their last game, gets his first sack right now. I think he has a chance to be a huge focal point in this defense moving forward, but let's just worry about what's happening now. This offense has to find a way to slow him down.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Shakes off the defender. We're at the 2-minute timeout. It's been a good one so far. Opportunity for this offense perhaps to take the lead before halftime. And the Broncos will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Looking downfield on first down. The sure hands, it's Jordan. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. And the Trojans with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. To throw, it's Mayava. Snagged out of the air. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. New set of downs after the completion. Looking to throw on first down. Finds a man on the left. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. The Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Caught over the middle. It's Jordan. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The play action fake. Big guy smells it. Touchdown, Southern Cal. The offense cashing it in on that drive.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. He'll bring it out. It's Hosley. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Dropping back, it's Flores. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. The Broncos come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. He breaks a tackle. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. They bring the punter onto the field now. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll start this drive going to the air. Snagged in the middle. It's Jordan. Hard-nosed, determined effort to work his way up to the 35-yard line. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Grab near the marker. It's Jordan. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. Bringing the heat. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Here's the pressure. Pressure's there and he lets it go. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they're after him. And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that. And the Trojans will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Los Angeles. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade, This young man is a true three-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball. He is a problem, and I don't think this defense has the solution. And with that, let's send it back to our men inside the world-famous LA Coliseum.
The Trojans will line up to kick off and start the second half. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Boise State ready to send out that offense. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Back to throw, it's Flores. Got it in the middle, it's Weatherly.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Second down, they'll go to the air. Slips away. Trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. It's complete. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. Wants to go up top on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Spangler. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. After that last completion, it's second down. He'll do it himself. Kept it, and he's past the marker. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. It's caught. There he goes. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He'll try the left side. Runs through a tackle. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. That's the end of the period, and USC has the lead. They've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. To the air, it's Flores. Pressure coming. Under fire. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and goal. And the Broncos had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Broncos! Late in the game, and the confidence is building if only there's enough time to finish.
Time is ticking, but, man, you gave yourself a chance now. Now the defense, go out, do your job. We got the momentum. If you give me the ball back, I'm going to win. Let's go, defense.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Pittsburgh has had almost no answers today, and when they have had them, that other sideline has changed the questions. They're trailing by 20 to UCF. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense picks it up. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Broncos. The defense putting points on the board.
You practice these moments as a defense, but you never know when they're going to come to fruition. But how about it? The scoop, the ball's on the turf. They scoop it up. They take it to the house. The defense takes care of business and said, offense, we don't need you. We'll put points on the board.
Extra point here will tie the game. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the fourth. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. That 14-point lead is gone, and now they'll try to get back on top with a scoring drive here. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Got a little space. Showed off just about every move in the book, except the forward move. Stopped for a short gain. Still on his feet. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. The #1 job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
And the Trojans will punt it away on 4th down. He'll try to really get into this one. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. The Broncos trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to throw, it's Flores. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
It is so beautiful when I get you behind the sticks in guaranteed passing situations, because guess what? I don't have to fire off and play run. I'm going and getting the quarterback and getting him on the ground. That's what defensive linemen live for.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Hauls it in. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. And the Broncos will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Takes it on the return. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The offense has plenty of time in this final period. They'll try to break this tie. The give on the option. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. The Trojans come to the line in the hurry-up. Second down, he'll throw it. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The clock has stopped for the timeout, and we have reached the final 2 minutes in this one. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Jordan. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line, warp speed for second down. Dropping back, it's Mayava. He's got his man. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. To the air on first down. Rushes on him. And the Trojans have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. Grabbed in the middle. It's Jordan. And he'll be brought down. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that third down play. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Grabbed over the middle. It's Jordan. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. What a beauty.
And how about that in the 4th quarter, and you need your kicker to execute a bomb to take the lead. You trust him, and he absolutely delivers.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Looking downfield on first down. Pulls it in. It's Wade. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. Back to pass on second down. Throws to the tight end. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Looking to throw, it's Flores. He's got it. Works his way out to the 36-yard line before being pushed out of bounds. Remember, all they have to do is get it close enough for a field goal here. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Spangler.
Man, that clock is ticking, so we've got to make sure I understand if I don't get the first down, I got to get out of bounds. I think he should have got out of bounds to stop this clock. This offense, they got to hurry up, get to the line of scrimmage, and start running some plays.
Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. They'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
That might be the nail in the coffin, fellas. This offense, they're trying to get back in the game. You're having to be aggressive. You're now going to have to start taking chances. An errant throw ends up in the hands of the defense, and I think that's all she wrote.
Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. And the quarterback will just drop to a knee. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end, you need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
And you can't teach that gene. You have people that can focus in the moment or they can't. Great job by the team, staying focused, understanding it's a close battle, win those one play at a time, and then look up, and then, heck, I got the win.
Yeah, David, they just had ice in their veins, and you can tell there's tremendous leadership on this football team. Guys can step up, and in the huddle, they can make sure that everybody else is focused to the task at hand in order to get the W.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Arizona State Sun Devils, Mountain America Stadium in Tempe. As we'll see a team from the Pac-12, the USC Trojans, squaring off with another team from the Pac-12, the Arizona State Sun Devils. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Trojans will get us started with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the... No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Arizona State Sun Devils, Mountain America Stadium in Tempe. As we'll see a squad from the Pac-12, the USC Trojans, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Arizona State Sun Devils. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. And the Trojans will kick it away to start us off. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So Arizona State's offense will have the football first. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, and these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David, this one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names, brand versus brand, big-time baller versus big-time baller, trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them today. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Caught in the backfield, it's Moss. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Line getting set on 2nd down. Now the play fake. Pocket breaking down. Nowhere to go, and the ball's loose. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster? Looking downfield, it's Levin. Here comes the heat. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away. The Sun Devils send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And no shot at a return here as the punt flies out of bounds. The Trojans offense has the ball for the first time. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box, they can take it outside, they can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
And that 3rd down pass had some serious juice, but they couldn't hook up. The Trojans will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Cradles it at the 35. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Scanning the field, it's Levin. Here's the heat. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. Things working pretty well for this defense, out of a dime package and still getting plenty of heat on the quarterback.
Yeah, get off the rock, understand the situation. All the fast guys got the back end covered. It's my job to seek and destroy the quarterback. Great job by the defensive line rushing after that guy and getting him on the ground.
And the Sun Devils will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch is made inside his own 20 at the 17-yard line. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Out of the gun, the running back has it. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm as we start the 2nd quarter. And he dropped It just didn't look the thing all the way in. Now facing a 3rd and long. They'll go to the air. Sets up the screen. Breaks into the open. To the 43-yard line and a 1st down for this offense. And the Trojans want to move quickly.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They send the tight end in motion. Looking for space. It's Jordan. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. The Trojans line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. To the air. It's Levin. Quick strike complete. Caught, and he's close to a 1st down on the nice pickup there. The Sun Devils can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Single back formation, and they give it to him. It's a fumble on the play. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Oh, and it's a hit like that that will absolutely light up the sideline, light up the stadium, change the momentum, and help you win a football game, because that hit is what caused that fumble.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for a deep man. Touchdown, Trojans. They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
This quarterback really does a nice job seeing the field and reading coverage. And when you go empty and you spread the defense out, it's easier to see what the defense is doing.
Getting ready for the extra point after the 1st score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Duke answered the bell away from Durham today with an impressive victory. The Blue Devils knew the challenges awaiting them, and they met them head-on. Generally the mark of a really good team.
Under fire.
Never know what can happen when two good teams face off, but even the most plugged-in ACC fans have to be surprised by this one, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Not able to hook up there, incomplete. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Bringing the heat. And the missed connection on 3rd down. And the Sun Devils decide to punt it away. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Here's the handoff.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Finds the tight end. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. And the Trojans want to crank the tempo. Looking downfield, it's Mayava. Lost one deep down the right side. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there. So now it's 2nd and long. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. The snap sets up the throw. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Jordan. He's inside the 35. They'll spot it at the 34. Not enough for the first down, and let's see what they do on 4th. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. Makes the grab. It's Ross. And he's brought down after a nice game. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. Looking to throw on 1st down. Caught over the middle. It's McClain. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. To the air on 2nd down. Finds his man. It's Epps. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. They'll run play action. Takes a shot as he lets it go. To the end zone, and is picked off. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick.
Well, they were probably thinking 4-down territory with it 3rd and short, so the quarterback is licking his chops thinking there's no way the defense is going to be thinking I'm taking a deep shot down the field right now. I've got a home run ball, but give the defender so much credit. He was ready for it, and he snags that out of the air.
Great discipline by this defense. Understanding it's 3rd and short, you might get a short concept. No. Playing the deep ball great with great discipline. I like the way he breaks on the football, gathers the interception, and gets the big 3rd down stop.
He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Looking to pass. It's Mayava. Working on the right. Gets away from one. Finds some space. He's showing it all. The juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line.
Well, this quarterback has found a really nice rhythm here on this drive. He just looks dialed in. He's doing a great job in the pre-snap, seeing the safety rotation, and that time saw the one-on-one matchup to take a shot, and he hit it. He's in a really, really nice groove right now.
That chunk play has them in business, set up with a first down in the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Makes the grab. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. The offense will quickly use a timeout. Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Looking to go up top in times, running out in the half. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. The big fellas line up in a goal line defense. The option look. Touchdown USC! He would not be denied.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point makes it 14-0. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Out of the gun, the inside give. Oh, the sweet feet. Turning it on. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking to throw, it's Levitt. Here's the pressure. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's got a better seat there today in Tempe than you do? And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to Frank Cush Field inside Mountain America Stadium.
The Sun Devils will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. He'll start this third quarter with a run. Gets it past the marker. And he'll go down, but he delivered the business end of his stiff arm to that defender on the way.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Dropping back, it's Mayava. Quickly out to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Caught in the backfield, it's Jordan. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. A couple of yards shy of the first down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field. Powers through the defender. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. The Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wideout. To the ground. He's got it again. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll leave it with him. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. And the Trojans racing to the line in the hurry-up. Motion from the back. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. The quick out. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. Wants to go up top on first down. Going for it all. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands. This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Wants to throw. It's Mayava. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. That took every ounce of leg strength he had to sneak that one into the left corner. And that will extend their lead even further.
And not to be the old guys in the booth, but we are the old guys in the booth. Man, 50-yard field goals used to be really, really hard. Kickers nowadays, man, they are making it look so much easier, and he does right there.
He'll bring it out. It's Washington. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Snagged in the middle. It's Anderson. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Hand off from the shotgun. Breaks the tackle. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33. And now on second down for this offense. Leaves it with the back. And after a very short pickup on that run, we have come to the end of the third quarter. As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. So we open the final period with a third down play. They'll try to run for it. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. He'll be knocked out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. Good pickup there. And the Sun Devils have this offense rolling. Back to throw, it's Levin. Makes the grab.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
The Sun Devils come to the line trying to find a way to convert on third and very short. And he just needed a few inches, and he didn't get it. The defense denies this offense. They're throwing for it on fourth down. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The decision to go for it does not pan out. They want that clock to run. Fights off a defender. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. The Trojans will hustle to the line.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Region fires complete. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. And the Trojans will try to convert on fourth down. They'll run the option. And he keeps it himself. A good decision there, and it gives this offense a first down. The Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. Wide receiver comes in motion. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Stop just inside the 25. We'll mark it at the 24. Pickup of 10 and a first down. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Slips one guy, now he's loose. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15. And the Trojans can really attack on this 2nd and short. The give to the back. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. With the clock running, this should be the final play. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback
The Los Angeles Coliseum, once home to the Olympic Games and many of the most memorable moments in sports, and also home to the USC Trojans, who are prepared to fight on once again today. A huge opportunity for both of these teams to get a boost and find a way to break into the top 25 if they can come out with a victory. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the BYU Cougars, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. BYU about to kick it off as we get this game started. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So USC's offense will take the field first. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, and these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David, this one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown.
There he goes. He's out of bounds a little bit short of the 40-yard line. Let's mark it at the 38, and the running game doing work.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
They'll give it to the back. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. The Trojans with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. On the run, it's Jordan. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. They might want to find a way to put it in drive and go forward. It's 3rd and 16. Working that left side now. He cannot get there. It'll be 4th down. And the Trojans will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. So BYU's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And we've got a superb matchup to watch here, David. One of the best quarterbacks in the country, and how much will he be willing to challenge one of the best corners in the land?
Well, and it's going to be more interesting to me, Jesse, do they let him make a play? Like, does he choose to go after him and believe in his ability and believe in his matchups, or do they stay away from him? Because a lot of people stay away from him. He's that good out wide that you don't want that smoke. And
just keeps moving. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
I love the QB here. He holds it, he holds it, he holds it just long enough to let the receiver run the drag route, and then he puts it out in front of him so he can catch it on the run in stride and then turn upfield to use his speed.
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. To the air, it's Madsen. Throws for the tight end. Working the big fella downfield and outside. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the 1st down. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Got it in the middle. It's Nakua. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
when these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
Quarterback on the keeper. Runs through the tackle. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Looking to fire. Finds his man in the middle. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. Well, this offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. He'll keep it on the sneak.
Nice play call, QB sneak, yet another first down. And this offense, they've been on the field for some time now. They're helping their defense out, giving them some wins so that when they get back on the field.
He's trying to get it in. Touchdown, Cougars. Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Oh, man, and the quarterback knew exactly where he was going with this football at the pre-snap. He saw the matchup he liked, and he took advantage of it.
setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They march 78 yards down the field. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And here's the return. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Leaves it with the back. They're looking for something, looking for anything to try to put some kind of score on the board, down 7-0. Both these teams just outside the top 25 and really needing to win a game like this to vault their way into the rankings.
And it's just amazing winning a game like this, what it can do for your program, right? Recruiting, your confidence. Everything is better when you've got the number beside your name. And, David, one of these two teams is going to get that number if they pull out the win.
No doubt, and you continue to start the season off and build, right? Because you started with preseason, and you start with getting into the year, and now you're starting to build and build and build and build that momentum. Getting a win against a really good team, finding out who you are, can set the tone for your season.
Well, I love the variety in the run game you're seeing from this offense. It's not just going to be conventional handoffs, won't just be the quarterback, but he's making good decisions. Pitching at that time, that's the right read, and it's not a huge...
Lofts one high and deep. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass, it's Mayava. Fires to the big fella. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, and I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain.
Picked off. A rare misread and mistake from this quarterback. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43.
QBs have to understand, when I'm throwing against zones, I got to manipulate guys with my eyes. I might have to look one direction to create an opening to throw that ball or zip that ball in. I got to use touch. It's really hard when all eyes are on me, and you could tell the quarterback was not ready and did not make a good throw.
The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Makes the catch. It's Nakua. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off play action. Caught behind the line. It's Webb. Oh, he's got some space. Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's Bachmeier. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the 1st down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Wide receiver going in motion. Going to sling it on 2nd down. Wiggles free. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Looking for a man. It's Madsen. Got the quick pass. Out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. Edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the 1st down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. They'll run it on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. We've got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Touchdown, Cougars! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hit in the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A lot of interest in this Pac-12 showdown today, so let's catch you up to speed on things. UCLA is currently ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Terry Donahue, this has not been a blowout today inside the Rose Bowl. They're up by a field goal over Arizona State. We'll keep you posted on a Pac-12 showdown that, not surprisingly, guys, is already trending.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. The pull and throw off the RPO. Just feeding his pads to the defense as he gets it to the 36. Grabbed behind the line. It's Fowler. And he's going to lose yardage. He was looking everywhere for just a little grass and a little air, and none to be found. Finds his man. It's Jordan. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. Never a doubt. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Los Angeles. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at the LA Coliseum.
The Trojans will boot it away to start the second half. He'll bring it back looking for help. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They have this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football with accuracy.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Trying play action. Catch in the middle. It's Nakua. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the first down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Unloads quickly. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. The Cougars come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Lost the throw again. And they can't make the play on 3rd down. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Just drives it between the uprights. And that lead grows even bigger.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on fourth down so much easier. Just trot him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. Fielded in the end zone, it's Williams. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Trying the left side. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
And the Trojans in the hurry-up.
You know, good running backs are the ones that can make things happen in small spaces. That running back there found his lane, he found his crease, and there was no hesitation. He got north right away and was able to make a big-time play.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to pass, it's Mayava. Grab behind the line, it's Strachan. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Sends it back in motion. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Spins away from the defender. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. The Trojans will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch is made inside his own 20 at the 17-yard line. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Off-play action on 1st down. Fires it incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Breaks into the open. A little more space opened up that play.